Hello everyone. In this session, we'll discuss the question based on balance sheet. So the question is, Y Limited issued 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each. The due amount was received except on 1,000 shares on which rupees 6 per share was received. These 1,000 shares were forfeited and 700 shares were reissued for rupees 8 each, fully paid up. Show balance sheet and notes to accounts. So now according to question, first we will prepare notes to account. So under notes to account, the first heading will be share capital. Subheading under share capital will be authorized capital. So in the question, authorized capital is not given. Therefore, the amount of authorized capital will be nil. Second is issued capital. So Y Limited has issued 50,000 shares at the rate 10 each. So the amount of issued capital will be 50,000 equity shares into rupees 10, which is 5 lakh. So next is subscribed capital. So under subscribed capital, we will calculate the number of shares subscribed by the shareholders and the amount paid up by the shareholders. So as we know, total issued share is 50,000 and all the amount was received except on 1,000 shares on which rupees 6 per share was received, and these 1,000 shares were forfeited and 700 shares were reissued, which means out of 1,000 shares, 700 shares were reissued. So the amount on 700 shares is received and the number of remaining shares on which the amount has not been received is 1000 minus 700, that is 300. So that means out of 50,000 shares, amount on 300 shares has not been received. So we have to calculate the fully paid up capital. So we will calculate the amount on the remaining shares, which is 50,000 minus 300, that is 49,700 at the rate 10 each. So the amount will be 4,97,000. Now we will add the balance remaining in the forfeited shares paid up by the shareholders, and the amount is 1,800. So how 1,800 has been calculated? We will first discuss the entries of forfeiture. So according to the question, 1,000 shares were forfeited. So entry for forfeiture will be share capital account debit to calls in arrears account to forfeited shares account. Now share capital account is debited with the amount 10,000 as the number of shares forfeited is 1,000 and the called up amount is rupees 10. Calls in arrears has been credited with the amount 4,000 as the number of forfeited share is 1,000 and we have received only rupees 6 per share out of 10. That means we have not received rupees 4 per share. So calls in arrears will be 1,000 into 4, which is 4,000. Forfeited shares account is credited with 6,000 as we have received the amount on 1,000 forfeited shares at the rate rupees 6 per share. So 1,000 into 6 will be 6,000. So the amount which we have received on 1,000 forfeited shares is 6,000. So out of 1,000 forfeited shares, 700 shares has been reissued, which means the amount forfeited on 700 reissued share will be 700 into 6, that is 4,200. So out of 6,000, 4,200 is the amount forfeited on 700 reissued shares. So the remaining amount, that is rupees 1,800, is the amount remaining in the forfeited shares account in respect of 300 shares not yet issued. That is why we will add the balance remaining in forfeited shares account, which is rupees 1,800. So 4,97,000 plus 1,800 will be 4,98,800. Next heading is reserves and surplus. The reserves and surplus includes capital reserve. As we know, after the reissue of forfeited shares, the credit balance left in the share forfeiture account is a capital gain to the company, so it must be transferred to the capital reserve. So to understand the calculation of capital reserve, we will go through the entry of reissue of forfeited shares. So as we know, out of 1000 forfeited shares, 700 shares were reissued for rupees 8 each. So the entry will be bank account debit, forfeited shares account debit to share capital account. Bank account will be debited with the amount 5600 as the number of reissued share is 700 and the reissue price is rupees 8. So 700 into 8 is 5600. Now the shares has been reissued at rupees 8 per share, but the called up amount was rupees 10. So there is a discount of rupees 2 per share. So the forfeited share account will be debited with the amount 1400 as the number of reissued share is 700 and the discount is rupees 2 per share. So 700 into 2 is 1400. To share capital account, it will be credited with the total amount, that is 7000. We will now calculate the gain on reissue to be transferred to the capital reserve. So amount forfeited on 700 reissued shares was 700 into 6, which is 4200, which means we have received the amount on forfeiting 700 shares, that is 4200, out of which 1400 has been compensated on discount on reissue of forfeited shares. So 4200 minus 1400 is 2800. So 2800 is the gain on reissue which will transfer to the capital reserve. That is why the amount of capital reserve is 2800. Last heading is cash and cash equivalents, and this will include cash at bank. So the amount of cash at bank will be calculated as amount received on subscribed capital plus reserves and surplus, that will be cash and cash equivalents. So 4,98,800 plus 2,800 is 5,01,600. So 5,01,600 will be cash at bank. So we will now prepare the balance sheet. So as we know, in balance sheet, the total of liability side and the total of asset side should be equal. So the first heading will be equity and liabilities. So shareholders fund comes under the equity and liabilities, and it includes share capital and reserves and surplus. So the amount of share capital is 4,98,800 and reserves and surplus is 2,800, which means the total of liabilities side is 5,01,600. Next heading is asset. So as we know, current asset comes under asset and it includes cash and cash equivalents. So the amount of cash and cash equivalent is 5,01,600. So the total of asset side is equal to the total of liabilities side. So we have completed the question based on balance sheet in this session. We'll continue with some more question in next session. So that's all for today. Thank you.